del T is the effect. So del T by del P, output upon input. Yes. This value turns out to be what? T into, ये expression है, T into del V by del Tp minus V. For ideal gas it is 0, because ideal gases show no deviation from Joule's law and Boyle's law. Why it is 0? Because ideal gas, there are no intermolecular interactions, they do not show any deviation from Joule's law, and they perfectly obey Boyle's law. So this coefficient is nothing, sum of deviation from Joule's law and Boyle's law, that also I have demonstrated. And this value for the real gases is equal to 1 upon Cp, 2A upon RT minus B. A and B are the characteristics for the real gases. A and B. B is the correction for the size occupied by the molecules, finite size, volume occupied by the molecules, and A is the correction for intermolecular attractions. Correct? एक हाथ में कागज लाया हुआ ऐसे रफ कागज, मैंने कहा ना पीछे रफ है, देखो क्या है पीछे, किसी ने टेस्ट किया है, उस टेस्ट को यूज करके उस पर भी प्रिंट आउट निकलवा लिया, उसके बाद भी मैंने यूज कर लिया है, समझ नहीं, 2 बार 3 बार यूज कर लिया इसको। पहली बार किसी ने कुछ लिखा था, उसके पीछे मैंने प्रिंट आउट निकलवा लिया, उसके बाद मैंने कुछ हाथ से लिखलाया, मैंने कहा इतने में काम चल जाएगा। जो टी आई है, टी आई इससे निकाला था, टी आई क्या था जी? दैट टेम्परेचर, हमेशा वर्ड्स में लिखना होता है। सबसे पहले फार्मूला सेकेंडरी टर्सरी है, फार्मूला फिजिक्स में सेकेंडरी और टर्सरी है, पहले वर्ड्स में इंटरप्रेट करना होता है। टी आई क्या है? टेम्परेचर ऑफ इन्वर्सन। व्हाई इट इज टेम्परेचर ऑफ इन्वर्सन? बिकॉज बिलो टेम्परेचर ऑफ इन्वर्सन कूलिंग, अबव टेम्परेचर ऑफ इन्वर्सन हीटिंग, दैट इज व्हाई टेम्परेचर ऑफ इन्वर्सन लाइन है, उससे नीचे एक बेंच मार्क है, बिलो विच shows cooling, above which it shows heating. So Ti, whose value was 2A upon RB, आपने तो किताब में देखा नहीं होगा, लेकिन मैंने जाके पूरी टेबल लिख के ले आया हूँ। Ti की टेबल लिखी है मैंने, He, H2, N2, A, O2, CO2 और सबसे आखिरी में एयर इज आल्सो डाइट ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल। इनके लिए Ti की वैल्यू क्या है? और Ti की वैल्यू डिपेंड करती है किस बात पे? A और B पे, रेशियो ऑफ A to B, बिकॉज R इज कांस्टेंट, डज नॉट मेक डिफरेंस, रेशियो ऑफ A to B। सो दिस इज 20, और किस स्केल में लिखा है? किस स्केल में लिखा है? केल्विन स्केल में लिखा है। इट इज एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू बता रहा हूँ, 23.6। हीलियम के लिए कितनी है? 23.6। तो मैंने कल क्या वहाँ लिखवाया था, -80 डिग्री सेल्सियस एंड -240 डिग्री सेल्सियस, -80 डिग्री सेल्सियस पर हाइड्रोजन एंड -240 सेल्सियस पर दिस। तो ये इतना हो गया, जोड़ लो इसको, उसमें अगर जोड़ दोगे 270 तो कितना हो गया? 23.6 केल्विन, ये करेक्ट वैल्यू है। एंड दिस इज हाइड्रोजन के लिए कितनी है? 195, 80 जोड़ देंगे उसमें 273 में से, -80 डिग्री सेल्सियस प्लस 273 कितना आ गया जी? 195। गुड, बोथ दीज वैल्यूज आर मच लेस एज कंपेयर टू रूम टेम्परेचर, दैट इज व्हाई दे शो हीटिंग इफेक्ट। नाइट्रोजन की कितनी है? 621 है। ऑर्गन का इसका कितना है? 723 है। इसका कितना है? ऑक्सीजन का 893 है। कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कितना है? 1500 है। ठीक है जी। और CO2 एयर का कितना है जी? 603 है। सो एट रूम टेम्परेचर अदर देन हाइड्रोजन एंड हीलियम, रूम टेम्परेचर मीन्स 300 केल्विन, एवरीथिंग more temperature of inversions are more, so T is less than Ti. For all of them T is less than Ti, and when T is less than Ti it shows cooling. So all of them show cooling and they show only heating. चलिए एक बात और कही थी, ये डेटा भी इम्पोर्टेंट था, सबके लिए एक साथ लिख दिया। अभी हाइड्रोजन हीलियम पूछा, आई कुड हैव आस्क्ड एनीथिंग एल्स, व्हाई दे शो कूलिंग इफेक्ट। फिर एक डायग्राम ऐसे ऐसे भी बनाया था, क्या था ये? T वर्सेस P डायग्राम था। और ये क्या थे? सारे आइसोएंथैल्पिक्स थे, H1, H2, H3, ऐसे इस तरीके का पैराबोला ग्राफ आता था। बिलो दिस कूलिंग, अदर साइड दिस इज हीटिंग. वो डायग्राम भी बनाना होता है. Then I have given you another thing. If I give you the example, L, latent heat of any substance, latent heat of any liquid is given at 800 minus to be precise 0.705 T. समझ लो, ऐसे दे दिया. Latent heat of any liquid is given by this formula. So that latent heat of heat steam is negative. पूछ रहा था ना. So that latent, कुछ ना कुछ एग्जाम्पल देना पड़ेगा. Then I will ask, so that latent heat of anything is negative. So L, variation of L with respect to temperature I have given. Latent heat depends upon temperature. Problem है, standard problem है कहीं से. L is a function of temperature. 0.705 T. वाटर का कितना होता है? 540 किसका होता है? लेटेंट हीट. स्पेसिफिक हीट होती है. लेटेंट हीट होती है नहीं. अच्छा, स्पेसिफिक हीट है. स्पेसिफिक हीट तो 1 कैलोरीज पर ग्राम होती है नहीं. 540 कैलोरी पर 1 कैलोरीज पर ग्राम के आसपास होती है पर डिग्री केल्विन. L is given to you this. Good. And what I am asking? Liquid to वेपर कन्वर्जन. वेपर कन्वर्जन. ये अगर वाटर है तो इसको स्टीम भी कह सकता हूँ कि नहीं इसको? स्टीम. एंड व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग? लेटेंट हीट ऑफ स्टीम इज नेगेटिव. सो दैट, बस और कोई यूज नहीं. सो क्या फार्मूला लिखा था? C2 माइनस C1 इज इक्वल टू dl by dt minus L by T. C1 is the specific heat of liquid. What is C1? Specific heat of liquid. C2 is the specific heat of vapor. यही है ना? C2 is the specific heat of vapor, and both of them are different than only C2 minus C1. So I am asking C2. What I am asking? बोले भैया, what I am asking? C2, steam, latent heat, specific heat. Specific heat I am saying, specific heat of steam is negative. Latent heat नहीं. Specific heat of latent steam is negative. ठीक है जी. पहले तो देखो, ये टिपिकल स्टैंडर्ड वैल्यू इसी तरीके से कुछ होता है. dl बाई dt कितना हो गया? dl बाई dt माइनस 0.75 T माइनस L बाई टी. माइनस L बाई टी मतलब माइनस 800 बाई टी प्लस 0.00 कट गया जी. व्हाट इज C2 माइनस C1 टर्न्स आउट टू बी? C2 माइनस C1 टर्न आउट टू बी माइनस 800 अपॉन T. एट वाट टेम्परेचर? 373. स्टीम कितने पे है जी? 373 पे है. बताओ कितना वैल्यू आया? और C1 1 कैलोरी पर ग्राम है. C1 इज स्पेसिफिक हीट ऑफ लिक्विड. C1 इज स्पेसिफिक हीट ऑफ लिक्विड हुज टिपिकल वैल्यू इज 1 कैलोरीज पर ग्राम. बताओ जी. तो C2 हो गया कुछ नहीं, C1 minus 800 upon 373, and this is 1 calories per gram minus whatever is it negative. This value is minus 1.1. Whatever it is negative. ठीक है जी. That is how you can demonstrate specific heat of something. ऐसे कोई equation दिया होगा and you can easily write that specific heat turns out to be negative. And what does the negative mean?
Energy is released.
Energy has to be released in order to keep it saturated. Good. एक बार then how I have derived this formula? How I have derived this formula? How I have derived this formula? कल मैं पिछली बार में मेन टॉपिक पढ़ाने के चक्कर में छूट गया था मेरा. लास्ट क्लास का फोकस क्या था? फोकस तो पहले ही आने के साथ खींच दिया था लाइन। क्या लाइन खींच दिया था? मुझे क्या खत्म करना है? TS23 खत्म कर, TS22 खत्म करनी है मुझे। खत्म कर दिया था कि नहीं? क्लास कितनी देर तक चली गई थी? 2 घंटा 14 मिनट। ठीक है जी, मेरे पास रिकॉर्डेड जो क्लास है वो 2 घंटा 2 आवर 14 मिनट्स की। भाषण भी नहीं है उसमें, 5 मिनट का भी मटेरियल नहीं मिला है मुझे भाषण देने के लिए, क्योंकि क्या मेरा लड़का जो है ना वो फिजिक्स नहीं जानता है। वो फिजिक्स नहीं जानता है। फिजिक्स जानने वाला वहाँ नहीं बैठता, कभी कभी नहीं बैठेगा वहाँ, समझ रहे हो जी? जो फिजिक्स जानेगा वहाँ नहीं बैठेगा। बड़ी बात बता रहा हूँ, फिजिक्स जानने वाला कभी इस तरफ ये सब काम नहीं करता। फिजिक्स सब्जेक्ट का एक अपना कॉम्प्लेक्स है। बहुत एनर्जी चाहिए होती है फिजिक्स पढ़ाने के लिए। जिसको फिजिक्स आती है, जिसको फिजिक्स आती है वो कभी ज़िंदगी में अनएम्प्लॉयड नहीं रहता है, पहली बात बता दूँ। ठीक है जी, जिसको फिजिक्स आती है वो कभी जीवन में अनएम्प्लॉयड नहीं, मतलब उसके पास हमेशा जीवन भर जितना फिजिक्स पढ़ने में टाइम लगाओगे उतना ही ज़िंदगी भर बिजी रहोगे, जीवन भर बिजी रहोगे। कुछ नहीं करोगे तो ट्यूशन पढ़ा के करोड़ों कमा लोगे। तो फिजिक्स वाला कभी खाली नहीं रहता। और जो IAS का एग्ज़ाम दिया होगा वो बिल्कुल खाली नहीं रहेगा, उसको कहीं ना कहीं दूसरा जॉब लग ही जाएगा। जॉब लगने में 6-7 बजे आएगा, उसके बाद इतनी एनर्जी नहीं रहेगी कभी फिजिक्स वो पढ़ाने की सोचे। इसलिए फिजिक्स हमेशा वही पढ़ा रहा होगा जो घटिया होगा, जिसको जॉब ना मिली होगी या कुछ ना करा होगा। तो फिजिक्स के लिए बड़ी बारी बात है, बहुत एनर्जी की ज़रूरत है। मेरे पास एबंडेंस में एनर्जी थी। कितनी एबंडेंस में? मैं करूं क्या? खूब एनर्जी थी, क्योंकि मैं तो पूरे टाइम 18 घंटे काम करने वाला आदमी हूँ। इसलिए मैंने नौकरी के साथ फिजिक्स पढ़ाना चालू किया। और नहीं तो क्या छोटी मोटी जॉब मिल जाती है, लोग छोड़ के बैठ जाते हैं। इसलिए कभी फिजिक्स के लिए अच्छा टीचर मिलना भी बहुत मुश्किल होती है। क्यों बताया? मैंने इसलिए कहा क्योंकि मेरा एजेंडा क्लियर था लास्ट क्लास में। तो मैं एक बार करके पता नहीं कैसे टेंजेंशियली कट गया, उस डेरिवेशन को अल्टरनेटिवली भी बता रहा था। dl/dt - L/t इज C2 - C1. I was trying to prove it from other things also. I proved it because at that time I have derived it. I have already derived the Clapeyron equation by the help of Carnot cycle. So I have derived that also by the help of Carnot cycle. I would have straight away written. Phase change. Phase change. Clapeyron equation deals with phase change. And what is the essential requirement for phase change? Gibbs derivatives first function should be discontinuous. First order Gibbs function should be discontinuous. First order derivative means what? Volume should be different of both the phases and entropy must change. That is what is the essential requirement for Clapeyron equation. Clapeyron equation holds good only for first order phase. If the second order phase transition, then they are called Ehrenfest equation. कोर्स में नहीं है इसलिए मैंने नहीं कराया। They are called Ehrenfest equation. जहाँ CP चेंज होगा वो Ehrenfest equation का डोमेन है। Clapeyron equation means first order phase derivative, entropy must change and volume must change. Correct? तो एंट्रोपी कैसे डिफाइन होती है जी? एंट्रोपी कैसे डिफाइन होती है जी? dq/t. Phase change occurs at what heat? Latent heat. ds मतलब change of entropy when the phase change is occurred. First phase is S1 entropy, second phase is S2 entropy. Process is reversible. So क्या लिख दिया जी? S2 - S1 is L/t. When the phase change has occurred, Gibbs derivative has to be discontinuous. Entropy must change. So I can always write S2 is the entropy of the second phase, S1 is the entropy of first phase. Phase change occurs at L. ठीक है जी? क्योंकि ये मत सोचना कि सिर्फ उसी से करना है आपको, उससे भी कर सकते हो, बहुत अच्छा एक्स्ट्रा में कर सकते हो। भाई आज डेरिवेशन बिकॉज दिस डेरिवेशन इन 2 lines विद इन 2 lines. Good. S2 is entropy of the phase 2, S1 is the entropy of the phase 1. Phase change occurred at dq is L/t. Correct? Differentiate both the sides with respect to temperature. Differentiate this equation with respect to temperature both the sides. क्या हुआ जी? क्या हो गया जी? ds2/dt minus ds1/dt is what? d/dt of what? L/t. ठीक है जी? d/dt of L/t. एक बार L को करोगे 1/t dl/dt, 1/t dl by dt, 1 by t तो ऐसे L का टेम्परेचर dl by dt. नेक्स्ट प्लस L by 1 by t क्या करूँगा, माइनस L by t स्क्वायर, दैट इज नथिंग माइनस L by t स्क्वायर. फिनिश्ड. मल्टीप्लाई बाय बोथ द साइड्स बाय t. गुड. फेस चेंज अकर्स एट वन पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर. ठीक है जी, फेस चेंज अकर्स एट वन पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर. तो देखो यहाँ से T से मल्टीप्लाई किया मैंने, T से मल्टीप्लाई किया, T ds2 बाई डी टी माइनस T ds1 बाई डी टी इज इक्वल टू क्या भैया, dl बाई डी टी माइनस क्या भैया, L बाई टी. ds2 by dt I can say is what? C2. This I can say is C1. That is how the second latent heat equation. That is how also I can prove the second latent heat equation. Already I said you dl by dt is constant, is L by t, then C2 is equal to C1, or vice versa if C2 is equal to C1. Then dl by dt must be equal to L by t, that means L is not changing with respect to temperature. I have covered A to Z of sheet number 22. ठीक है जी, सीट नंबर 22 सारा खत्म हो गया था, असाइनमेंट भी खत्म कर दिया था. क्या क्या टॉपिक रखे थे उसमें मैंने, क्या क्या टॉपिक थे, क्या क्या टॉपिक रखे थे मैंने. Maxwell's thermodynamic relationship I have derived. Maxwell's thermodynamic relationship we have derived, and their applications. I have said how I am going to use those equations in order to arrive at the certain result, Cp minus Cv, Cp by Cv, Es by Et, so on and so forth, del U by del V, or anything else. And also I have found out del T by del P. I have demonstrated using this del T by del P. Del P was input, del T you wanted. Which process I wanted? Keeping enthalpy constant. Because whole arrangement has been made, process was isobaric, adiabatic. Good. So now next topic is adiabatic demagnetization. Demagnetization means, first magnetization means applying the field. Good. Magnetization means applying the field. Demagnetization, switching off the field. Demagnetization, switching off the field. Good. So when the field is switched on, who will be affected by the field? Which field? Magnetic field. Field means here magnetic field. So when the magnetic field is switched on, who will be affected by magnetic field? Magnetic dipoles. Where the magnetic dipoles are there? What kind of materials magnetic dipoles are there? Para or ferro. Good. So dealing with the paramagnetic substances. Why I am dealing with paramagnetic substances? Because their susceptibility of paramagnetic substances is inversely proportional to temperature. There is no other parameter, it is only dependent upon temperature. Higher the temperature, lower is the susceptibility, and vice versa. So paramagnetic substances obey Curie's law. Why I am focusing on paramagnetic substances? Because paramagnetic substances are those materials which are having unpaired electrons, and by virtue of unpaired electrons, they are having unbalanced magnetic dipoles, and whenever the field will be applying, those dipoles will be aligning in the direction of field. As a consequence, material will get magnetized. And in the process of magnetization, by switching on the field, this field will do work on those dipoles. How much work it will do? How much work it will do? EHDM. How much work it will do? EH is applied. EH is applied, and how many dipoles align? DM dipoles if I say are aligning. DM. Here means magnetization, number of dipoles per unit volume. So HDM work is done in the process of magnetization. So whenever field will be switched on, paramagnetic substances which is made up of dipoles, those dipoles will align themselves in the direction of field. Good. And this work done will be stored into the format of potential energy of the system. This will be stored into the format of potential energy of the system. So as a consequence, temperature might rise. Little bit temperature might rise, but we will make sure that temperature does not rise. Whatever the additional temperature is generated, that we will conduct away. That heat will be conducted away so that temperature is maintained at a particular temperature. Whatever may be the temperature of initial temperature of the heat bath, we will keep in sensitive heat bath because what is the typical purpose of Joule Kelvin effect? Cooling. Joule Kelvin effect, every gas gets cooled other than hydrogen and helium, and hydrogen and helium can also be cooled if they are from some process their initial temperature is less than their temperature of inversions. So there are various techniques by which hydrogen and helium also can be cooled below their temperature of inversion, so they will also get cooled. So every gas, whenever subjected to Joule Kelvin effect, they will show cooling, change of temperature is there. Good. So produce Joule Kelvin effect is also method, or porous plug experiment is also means by which temperature is reduced. Temperature is reduced. Technique to produce cooling. Good. Adiabatic demagnetization is also a technique to produce very low temperatures, extremely low temperatures in the vicinity of absolute zero. Joule, this adiabatic demagnetization is what? Is a technique to produce extremely low temperatures. Those temperatures are called cryogenic temperatures in the vicinity of absolute zero. A technique to produce very low temperatures in the vicinity of absolute zero. How little I can produce? Definitely absolute zero is unattainable. That is the third law of thermodynamics. Absolute zero is unattainable. So how closer to the absolute zero I can reach? It is up to 10 raised to power minus 3 of Kelvin. क्या? 0.0025 Kelvin. What is the temperature which has been produced by this technique? 0.00 up to this temperature has been produced. That much closer to absolute zero we have reached by adiabatic demagnetization technique. Correct? And whose adiabatic demagnetization is done? Only paramagnetic substance, not ferromagnetic. I will explain. Ferromagnetic obeys Curie's law. Chi C upon T minus theta. Theta may also undergo a change. But here, for paramagnetic substances, chi is C by T. That is what is the beauty. For paramagnetic substances obey Curie's law, where C is called Curie's constant. Chi is susceptibility, which is ratio. What is chi? M by H. H is input. M is output. How many dipoles have aligned themselves? M is number of dipoles per unit volume. Good. So M is CH by T. M क्या है? मैग्नेटाइजेशन कितना है भैया? CH by T. Why paramagnetic substances? Because they obey Curie's law. In the vicinity of absolute zero, we believe that paramagnetic substances obey Curie's law even at extremely low temperatures. So most important difficulty is how to measure temperature in the vicinity of absolute zero, because none of your scales, thermometers can measure temperature below minus 200 degrees Celsius. All thermometers fail below minus 200 degrees Celsius, below 73 Kelvin. There is no measuring device. So first of all, you have to create a device, a thermometer, which can measure temperature in the vicinity of absolute zero. समझ में आ गया? जितने भी थर्मोमीटर हैं आपके पास, उस कितनी रेंज है उनकी? सिंपल minus 200 degrees Celsius and above. None of the thermometers can measure below minus 200 degrees Celsius. Therefore, first of all, I am devising a thermometer which is based upon Curie's law. Good. In the absolute zero, Curie's law is obeyed. That is the main assumption here. So chi is proportional to inversely proportional to t. So chi 1 by chi 2 is what? T2 by T1. Good. So if I measure susceptibility at known temperature, first I measure susceptibility at known temperature T1. At T1 known, measured susceptibility. Now when the temperature has been reduced by adiabatic demagnetism, then I say temperature is T2. Instead of measuring T2, what do I measure? Chi. And I can find out what is T2. What is T2 from this formula? T2 turns out to be nothing. Chi 1 T1 upon chi 2. This is called calibration of the scale. So temperature is measured by measuring susceptibility. When the temperature is something, when thermal equilibrium temperature is something, then susceptibility is measured. So susceptibility is connected by temperature, because measurement of temperature always means that some property is connected with the temperature. Resistance thermometer, resistance of the material is proportional to temperature. Higher the temperature, higher is the resistance. Higher the volume thermometers, logic is that volume expands by the increase of temperature. Pressure thermometer, pressure is increased by the increase of temperature. So Pt is P01 plus beta T, Vt is V01 plus alpha T, Rt is R01 plus alpha T. That is why the main logic, some property is connected with the temperature. Here in devising, this is called magnetic thermometer, magnetic temperature scale. Kya? Magnetic temperature scale. Logic is that susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature. By measuring susceptibility, temperature can be found out. So how I am looking, if T2 is unknown temperature, then chi 1 T1 upon chi 2. So only I need to measure what? Susceptibility at known temperature and susceptibility at unknown temperature. Good. So concept is clear, magnetic temperature scale. Because magnetic temperature scale, this formula is absolute, chi C by T. That is why we are focusing on paramagnetic substances. By the help of paramagnetic substances, we have devised a temperature scale. That temperature scale is called magnetic temperature scale. Good. So now try to appreciate. So first of all, very simple. Paramagnetic substance we take. Switch on the field. Switch on the field. Switch on the field, isothermal. What kind of magnetization I am going to do? Isothermal magnetization. That means when the magnetic field is switched on, some heat could have been some work will be done on the dipoles. As a consequence, potential energy will be stored. Some potential energy will increase of the substance, and when the energy will increase, definitely temperature must have been changed. So we will have the arrangement for conducting away the heat so that temperature of the assembly, temperature of the substance remains the same. Why temperature has to be maintained same? Because purpose, objective is to reduction of temperature. So if temperature automatically increases in the magnetization process itself, then I will not be able to achieve whatever I want to get. This is a technique to produce extremely low temperatures. And lowering of temperature will always be produced whenever field is switched off. When the field is switched off and adiabatically field is switched off. Isothermal magnetization. Isothermal magnetization. Good. And I have made the arrangement to conduct away the heat, whatever the extra heat. So work was done on the dipoles by the magnetic field, and due to that some temperature would have, some small change of temperature would have occurred. So whatever small change of temperature would have occurred, we conduct away that excess heat, and as a consequence temperature remains same, whatever was the temperature of the heat bath. Whatever is the initial temperature, that is the temperature of the paramagnetic substance beginning. Correct? And even at the end of isothermal magnetization, temperature is not allowed to change. Now quickly switch off the field. Switch off the field. When the field is switched off, what will happen? All dipoles which have aligned themselves in the direction of field, what will happen? They will try to get back. They will try to get back, and the process is quickly field is switched off. That means now dipoles will try to get back to their original positions. Adiabatically, in the adiabatic process, no exchange of heat is allowed. As a consequence, dipoles will be doing work against internal energy. Good. So temperature will decline. Dipoles will do work against internal energy. As a consequence, temperature of the paramagnetic substance will decline. So this is the principle behind adiabatic demagnetization process. Whenever field is switched off, dipoles get de-aligned, and de-aligning dipoles do work at the cost of their internal energy. As a consequence, temperature falls. Good. Logic is clear. How does adiabatic demagnetization result into fall of temperature? Why does adiabatic demagnetization results into fall of temperature? So temperature has fallen. How much is the fall of temperature? How much is the fall of temperature that you have to find out? You have to find out an expression for dt. Good. When dt has to be found out, when h becomes 0. First of all, you have applied field h, then field h become 0. So when field is switched off means field becomes 0. H to h is equal to 0. So I have to get dt versus dh. dt versus dh or dt versus dB, whatever you want to call. So you have to get an expression using thermodynamics for fall of temperature. Principle behind adiabatic demagnetization process is clear. Now try to appreciate what is idea, how I will typically set up. This is North Pole, this is South Pole. What for? North Pole and South Pole denotes static magnetic field. So denotes static magnetic field. One heat bath, this is wall. One heat bath. This is other heat bath. This is the outer heat bath. Outer heat bath. Outer heat bath, I can have liquid hydrogen. What? Liquid hydrogen at very low temperature, maybe minus 200 at 10 Kelvin. I can take it 10 Kelvin by any other process. Liquid hydrogen. Inside, liquid helium, further lower temperature 2 Kelvin. Lower the initial temperature, higher will be the fall-in temperature, because objective is not 2 Kelvin, 3 Kelvin. Objective is very near to the how closer to the absolute zero I can reach. That is the objective. Good. So this I take here. This is outer bath, it is inner bath, inner tube. And this is a, what is this? Rock solid specimen. Kaisa? Rock solid. So solid that volume will not change. There is no PDV work. There is, when magnetic field is switched on or switched off, there is no volume change. That means PDV work will be 0. Only work is due to magnetization. That is what is the paramagnetic substance I am going to take. This is paramagnetic salt. Gadolinium sulfate. What paramagnetic salt is typically taken? Gadolinium sulfate. Gd2SO4 8H2O. Gadolinium sulfate has been rock solid specimen of gadolinium sulfate. And outside इसके ऊपर क्या लगा देते हैं? एक coil attach कर देते हैं, coil. This coil का by measuring self inductance, susceptibility is measured. Its susceptibility is measured. I have attached a coil with this gadolinium sulfate. Good. So inner bath is at liquid helium. Whatever the temperature of this inner bath, you have brought liquid helium at some temperature. If it is 2 Kelvin, temperature will fall below 2 Kelvin, gadolinium sulfate. And here, ये सब बंद कर दो इनको, क्वार्क वार्क लगा के. Here there is an arrangement for 2 vacuum pump to conduct away heat. क्या? Thermometer kind of thing I put up to arrangement to conduct away heat. This is schematic diagram. क्या? Schematic diagram. NNS is an arrangement to switch on or switch off the field. This is the initial temperature. Whatever is the initial temperature, whatever the temperature of helium bath, same is the temperature of the specimen. By measuring its self-inductance, by measuring this coil, I can measure the susceptibility. So at known temperature of the specimen, whatever the temperature, first susceptibility is measured. By known temperature of the liquid bath, याची बात. I measure the susceptibility by measuring the self-inductance. When the magnetic field will be switched off, then I will measure the susceptibility. Correct? This is the experimental setup of adiabatic demagnetization of paramagnetic salt. Switch off means switch off the field. Try to appreciate. This is one diagram. Most important diagram is this. T versus S. क्या? T versus S. S means entropy. T means temperature. I am drawing these diagrams at two different magnetic fields. Good? As field is applied, H is there. As temperature is reached, increased, entropy increases at one particular H. This is this. This is one particular H. This is magnetizing current. This is magnetizing current. H. Whether you call H or you can call B, anything I have applied. This is H. Magnetic field is applied. As temperature is increased, entropy increases. Entropy is increased by application of H. This is another. This is H. एक H 0 पे है. H is 0. This is demagnetization curve. Correct? Correct. This is magnetization. H is non-zero. This is H is 0. When the demagnetization is done, then the entropy should be more or less? Less. When demagnetization is done, entropy should be less because cooling is going to produce. Good? So try to appreciate. They are the diagram, characteristic diagram. T versus S diagram. At a magnetic field, no magnetic field. This is magnetization curve. This is demagnetization curve. First step is isothermal magnetization. When the magnetization is done, देखो अच्छा उल्टा लिख दिया देखो. This is H उल्टा बना दिया अभी just. H is equal to 0. This is H. अभी आपको समझा रहा हूँ. This is H. Isothermal magnetization. Magnetization means H is equal to 0 to H. This is the T1. At temperature T1, there was initially no field. This is initially no field. अभी समझा रहा हूँ. H is equal to 0. Entropy is high. Initial entropy is high. Disorder is more. And when the H is equal to 0, this is demagnetization, this is magnetization curve. When magnetization has been done, order what? When the magnetization is done, what is the effect of magnetization? Alignment of dipoles. That means orderly. Dipoles becomes orderly. Entropy is less. In this process, entropy is less. This is magnetization process. And demagnetization process, they will become helter and skelter. They will move here and there. So first step is, this is first step. First step is isothermal. At the initial temperature T1, magnetization. From H is equal to 0 to H, magnetic field is applied. Dipoles are aligning themselves. As a consequence, entropy is less. Now quickly, magnetic field is switched off. So whatever is the entropy at this, quickly, process has to be isoentropic. Correct? Adiabatic. Switched off means I have to go here. At the same entropy, I have to go here. So this I go. So whatever is the entropy, same entropy I go. This is adiabatic demagnetization. From this value of S, at the same entropy, I go to demagnetization curve. This is field is switched off. So this is adiabatic demagnetization. So what is that? This is the initial temperature T1. Now what is the temperature? This is T2. This is the first round. From isothermal magnetization, I have gone to adiabatic. This is where the fall in temperature occurs. From T1, I get to T2. But still I am not reached absolute zero. Good. So now I am making adiabatic demagnetization cycle. क्या? Adiabatic demagnetization cycle. This was the first round. Once again switch on. When the temperature reaches this T2, when temperature reaches this T2, switch on the field. Switch on the field means I will go here. At the same temperature T2, switch on the field. From H is equal to 0, I get to this. Once again switch off. Quick switch off. I go here. This is T3. First round, this is second round. Good. Once again switch on. देखो जी, absolute zero is unattainable. Absolute zero is, and so in a succession of cycles, first round, second round, third round, I can reach very close by to absolute zero. In adiabatic demagnetization cycle, from H to H is equal to 0, from H to H is equal to 0, temperature is fallen. This is adiabatic, this diagram is adiabatic demagnetization cycle. S versus T diagram, extremely important. समझा दिया. H is equal to 0 and H. This is magnetization curve. In demagnetization curve, entropy will be more. In demagnetization curve, dipoles will get de-aligned. They will, disorderliness in the system will increase. As a consequence, entropy will increase. So H is equal to 0 is having higher entropy than H. Principle is clear. Principle is clear. Now what I have to get? समझा दिया जी क्या है. Now I have to use the Maxwell relationships and get an expression for fall of temperature. So ये देखिए जी. Now entropy, yes. Here dW is what here? HDM. dW is what? HDM. Work done by the system is positive. Work done on the system, negative. By switching on the field, we will be doing work into the system. We will be doing the work. It is minus HDM. PdV work is 0. So rho law P is played by H. Rho law V is played by M. PdV work is 0. PdV work is 0 rock solid specimens. And instead of PDM, what is this? HDM. So Pi can say is H. Pi can say is H or minus H. And V is M. So entropy will be function of what? How I write entropy? Function of what? T and H. Entropy I can write function of T and P or T and V. Instead of P it is H. And they are connected. They are connected. How they are connected? M is equal, M भी लिख सकते हैं. T and V. I can write in terms of M also. M is what? CH by T. This is S. This is S. So ds क्या हो गया जी बताओ? ds is what? Del S by del T H dt plus del S by del H T dH, where H is the magnetic field. This is a TdS equation or TdS equation. TdS equation is also called energy equation. TdS is heat, energy. So if I multiply by T, I will say TdS. This is a TdS equation for magnetic system. This is a TdS equation for magnetic system. In magnetic system, PdV work is typically 0. Work done is only H dm. So entropy can be written as a function of T and H or T and M, anything I would have written. M and H are interconnected. M and H are interconnected from this formula. Good. Del S by del Ts, this. So यहाँ लिख देता T ds, T, T. T del S by del T क्या कह दूँ? Del Q by del Th. That means a specific heat at constant magnetic field. A specific heat at constant magnetic field. CH dt, वहाँ CP dt था, यहाँ क्या लिख दूँ? CH dt plus T. Here I can write Maxwell. फॉर मैग्नेटिक सब सिस्टम डेल एस बाई डेल पी क्या था जी, डेल एस बाई डेल टी वाज माइनस डेल वी बाई, आपके लिए लिख दिया, मैं तो डायरेक्ट लिखना है। पी की जगह क्या है यहाँ पर, एच है, तो डेल एस बाई डेल एच टी इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, डेल एम बाई डेल टी एच, और वो माइनस साइन, वन इज एच, इट इज -1। यहाँ वर्क डन डी डब्ल्यू इज माइनस एच डी एम। पी को अगर एच बोला तो वी को क्या बोल दिया, माइनस एम बोल दिया। दैट इज हाउ डेल एच बाई डेल एच टी, दिस इज मैक्सवेल इक्वेशन फॉर मैग्नेटिक सब सिस्टम। डेल एस बाई डेल एच टी इज इक्वल टू डेल एम बाई डेल टी। समझ में आ गया भैया। पी यहाँ माइनस एच डी एम, सो पी इज रिप्लेस बाई एच, वी इज रिप्लेस बाई माइनस एम, सो दिस बिकम नथिंग। कोई चीज़ पूछनी हो, डेल एम बाई डेल टी एच, आगे क्या लिखा हुआ जी, डी एच। ट्राई टू अप्रिशिएट दिस इज एनर्जी इक्वेशन। फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल्स आई हैव डिराइव्ड ए TDS equation for a magnetic subsystem, for a magnetic system. TDS is CH dt, specified constant magnetic field, plus T del M by del T H into dH. Good, finished. So now try to appreciate. So I'm just rewriting what I've written. TDS is CH dt plus T del M by del T क्या जी, H dH। ठीक है जी, डेल एम बाई डेल टी, और इक्वेशन किसके बीच में, डी टी और डी एच के बीच में, तो वाई शुड आई राइट डेल एम बाई डेल टी। डेल एम बाई डेल टी कैन आल्सो रिटन इन टर्म्स ऑफ एच। एम क्या था जी मेरा, सी एच बाई टी था जी, तो डेल एम बाई डेल टी कितना हो गया बताओ, डेल एम बाई डेल टी एच क्या हो गया जी, माइनस सी एच बाई टी। व्हाट इज सी हियर, Curie is constant and every term has got their usual meaning. CH dt माइनस, देखो जी टी था यहाँ हो गया CH DH अपॉन टी। गुड, एक टी से टी काट दिया, CH DH अपॉन टी। CH Curie is constant, here CH is specific. This is TDS. This is TDS, correct? Now adiabatic process. For demagnetization, I am just going to do. Demagnetization means DH changing from S to 0. Demagnetization means S to 0. That I will write. This is the relationship between DT and DH. For adiabatic process, this is the relationship between DT and DH. Correct? Adiabatic process means DS 0. Good, adiabatic process. I am doing. Try to appreciate. This is TDS equation for an adiabatic process. DS is 0. So this becomes, what it becomes, देखो भैया, CH T dt is equal to CH DH. T dt is what? C by CH. H dH, integrate. What do you integrate? When field is H, then temperature is T1. Magnetization, isothermal magnetization. When field is applied is H, then temperature is T1. And when field is 0, then temperature is T2. I have obtained expression for fall of temperature. When temperature is T1, what is the field? At the field H, as the field H, temperature is T1. As the field is switched off, 0, temperature becomes T2. So this is the adiabatic demagnetization. Adiabatic and demagnetization means going from here to here. वो भी डायग्राम फाइनल भी रख सकते थे, H1 से H2 भी कर सकते थे, H2 T2 and finally you would have put H2 0, same thing. So straight away I have integrated as a definite integral. Formula is before you. क्या हो गया जी? क्या हो गया जी, T2 स्क्वायर minus T1 square by 2, T2 square minus T1 square by 2 is what? C by CH minus H square by 2. Already I have taken from S to 0. D वगैरह only values has to be written. Only values has to be written. Good. देखो अगर माइनस साइन लिख लूँ तो अपने आप अंडरस्टूड हो गया. ये माइनस साइन को इधर ले जाऊँ तो अपने आप मैथमेटिक्स ने काम कर दिया जो करना था. ये कट गया. ये क्या हो गया जी? T1 स्क्वायर माइनस T2 स्क्वायर इज C बाई CH H square. This cannot be negative. C and CH are positive quantities. T1 is more than T2. Good. That means temperature has fallen. This is the expression for fall of temperature. T1 square minus T2 square is C by CH H square. Exact formula. No approximation. Nothing I have done. Only values has to be used. Only values has to be used here. C by CH. C is the Curie's constant. CH is this. H is the magnetic field at which the isothermal magnetization was done. Switched off. Already I have written. Try to appreciate. This is the exact formula, but if I want to approximate, I can approximate. This is T1 minus T2. T1 minus T2. This becomes T1 plus T2 is C by CH H square. T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2 by 2 I can take each T average. T1 plus T2 I can take is T because this is the fall of temperature. So this T1 plus T2 I can always write as 2T average temperature. Then it becomes T1 minus T2 is क्या होगा जी? C by CH T into H square. This is fall of temperature. Delta T, expression for fall of temperature. Already it is a fall of temperature. T1 is more than T2. Already sign convention, everything I have used. Only net value has to be put into this formula. Delta T is what? C upon 2 CHT into. This is the expression for fall of temperature. That was the exact formula. This is the approximate. Little approximation I have done. T1 plus T2 is equal to 2T can be written H square. In lower the initial temperature, T is the initial temperature. What is T? Lower the initial temperature, higher is the fall of temperature. Lower the initial temperature, higher is the fall of temperature. T1 minus T2 is inversely proportional. एक क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में पूछता है, स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट है ये. T1 minus T2 is inversely proportional to T. Good. Lower the initial temperature, higher is the fall of temperature. That is what is all about adiabatic demagnetization. Every question has been done. Formula, substitution, numerical problem can be asked. I have done in great detail adiabatic demagnetization. कुछ पूछना हो किसी को पूछ लो. खत्म हो गया. 1 घंटा का टाइम था. I have covered the entire sheet. All questions have been answered. आप adiabatic demagnetization कुछ पूछना चाहो पूछो. सीट देखो, सीट खोलो और बताओ कौन सा क्वेश्चन है. मेरे पास सीट नहीं है. बताइए कौन सा क्वेश्चन है जी. सीट ना आई मूव टुवर्ड सीट नंबर 23. कोई क्वेश्चन है कि नहीं? TS23 कोई क्वेश्चन है क्या इसका? 6th क्वेश्चन है क्या है? 5th है क्या है? आपका तो किसी को सुनाई दे रहा है. इतनी खूबसूरत आवाज चलती नहीं है. आगे बढ़िए.
Discuss the principal adiabatic demagnetization process to achieve low temperatures.
What is the principle? Principle is adiabatic demagnetization. In the magnetization process, work is done. That work is stored into the format of internal energy. And when the field is switched off, dipoles get de-aligned, and de-aligning dipoles do work at the cost of their internal energy. As a consequence, temperature falls. That is what is to be written. Next.
Determine the fall in temperature produced by adiabatic demagnetization of a paramagnetic material at initial temperature of 3 Kelvin when the magnetic field is switched off from 10,000 oyster to 0.
10,000 से H कितना है? 10,000 orested. 10,000 orested means 10,000 orested means 1 Newton per 1 Tesla. तो अभी CGS में लिखना है, CGS में लिखे 10,000 orested. CGS orested is a CGS unit. किसकी यूनिट है? H की ही है. H is measured in orested. B is measured in Gauss. B is measured in Gauss. H is measured in orested. Good. 10,000 is CGS unit. 10,000 H is given as 10,000 orested. Initial temperature is given to you. यहाँ फार्मूले में डाल दीजिए. Initial temperature means T. C by CST. All other data must be also given to you. Find out the fall of temperature. Good. Principle means 5 marks maximum along with diagrams, and 10 marks maybe for the numerical. Is there any other question? हो गया भैया? फार्मूला सब्स्टिट्यूशन है कि नहीं? और एक गेट गिवन इन एवरी बुक. असाइनमेंट में देखिए. हाँ, पढ़िए पढ़िए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. Question number 2, adiabatic demagnetization, assignment number 23. Good, read.
What is an adiabatic demagnetization cycle?
What is adiabatic demagnetization cycle? Cycle means going method to go to absolute zero, near absolute zero. Succession of adiabatic demagnetization processes. Succession of adiabatic demagnetization process is called cycle.
Discuss the cycle in terms of BS indicator diagram.
Discuss the cycle in terms of BS indicator diagram. कोड किताब में कहीं चाहे BS लिखो चाहे BS लिखो, both the things are same. There is no difference between B and H. B is mu 0 H. Mu 0 is absolute constant. Both the things are same. BH diagram is same as HS diagram. Next.
Question number 3. Define thermodynamic temperature of a magnetic system.
Define thermodynamic temperature. Already I have defined. What is thermodynamic temperature? Temperature using validity of Curie's law. Temperature measured using validity of Curie's law. Susceptibility is connected with the temperature. That is all called magnetic temperature scale. Next.
Discuss how cooling takes place due to adiabatic demagnetization.
How cooling takes place due to adiabatic demagnetization. Next.
Explain why cooling due to the adiabatic demagnetization is important at low temperature.
Why it is low temperature? Lower the initial temperature, higher will be the fall of temperature. And is a technique to produce extremely low temperatures. आगे चलते जाइए.
Sir, इसे T को मतलब initial temperature.
जो मुझे कहना था मैंने कर दिया, जो करना था मैंने कर दिया. किताब से जाके चेक कर सकते हो. स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट था, करेक्ट लिख रखा है T1 स्क्वायर माइनस T2 स्क्वायर. ठीक है जी. दुनिया की हर किताब में यही लिखा होगा इसके बाद. इसलिए बिना वजह निरर्थक बातों में बहस करने का ना तो तुम्हारे पास टाइम होना चाहिए ना मेरे पास है. क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए? ये निरर्थक बातें क्यों हैं? वाई इट इज वेस्ट? वाई इट इज वेस्ट कि क्या है? वो स्टैंडर्ड है, दुनिया की हर किताब में लिखा हुआ है. आप बदल सकते हो क्या उसको? जब वो फार्मूला सब्स्टिट्यूशन न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, क्या आ रही है? कैसी प्रॉब्लम आ रही है? फार्मूला सब्स्टिट्यूशन. और मैंने क्या कह दिया? इतनी बड़ी चीज कही, हर किताब में एग्जाम्पल जो है ना 10,000 orested वो भी सॉल्व दिया हुआ है. और क्या फार्मूला लगाया हुआ है? जो रिजल्ट उस किताब में लिखा हुआ वही आंसर चेक करूंगा मैं मॉडल आंसर में. तो अगर इस एग्जाम का लीक की मतलब जो IAS का एग्जाम जो है ना, वो इनोवेटिवनेस बहुत जगह जरूरत पड़ती है यहाँ पर. लेकिन जो स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट्स हैं, सारे कन्वेंशंस को याद करने की चीज़ है. जितने भी कन्वेंशंस हैं, जो स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट्स हैं, उनको आप चैलेंज नहीं कर सकते. अगर आपको आइकोनोक्लास्ट बनना है तो ब्यूरोक्रेट नहीं बनने की जरूरत है. फिर आप क्या बनिए? NGO वाला बन जाइए. बहुत बड़ी बात बताया जा रहा हूं. अगर आप आइकोनोक्लास्टिक पर्सनालिटी है ना, जो आइकन्स को, स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट्स को क्वेश्चन करना चाह रहे हैं, तो आपको ब्यूरोक्रेट का आपका माइंडसेट नहीं है. ब्यूरोक्रेट का माइंडसेट ही नहीं है. ब्यूरोक्रेट को एक कन्वेंशनल सिस्टम में ऑपरेट करना होता है. गुड. और जब आप मेरी उम्र में आ जाएंगे ना, तो जो चीज़ें एज इट इज स्वीकार कर लेंगे चीज़ों को. अभी बड़ी बड़ी उछल कूद कर रहे हैं. चेंज करने की जब कैपेसिटी आपके पास आएगी ना, चेंज करने के लिए कम से कम 50 साल की उम्र होनी चाहिए. किसी भी चीज़ में चेंज करने के लिए, वो भी सही जगह पर सही समय पर घुस जाना. 22 साल की उम्र में अगर IAS बन जाओगे ना, तो 50 साल की उम्र में इस टाइम में आ जाओगे कि कोई चीज़ चेंज कर सकते हो तो करो ना चेंज। वो मेरे साथ वाले तो अब कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे। जो बन गया 22 साल में 21 साल में IAS 90 के बैच में, वो तो कुछ चेंज नहीं कर पा रहा। जो चेंज करना चाहे उसे लग रहा है सब सही है, तो आपको भी वही लगेगा थोड़े दिन के बाद। और अगर आइकोनोक्लास्ट हैं, आइकन्स को सिस्टम को चैलेंज करना चाहते हैं, तो सिस्टम घुसने ही नहीं दिया जाएगा आपको। और ये जो सारे स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट्स हैं सब एक सिस्टम है, एक्सेप्टेड कन्वेंशन है। अब मैं तो इतना सरल बात कह देता हूँ, इलेक्ट्रॉन का चार्ज है, जब वो 1895 में कहा गया था तो कह देते पॉजिटिव है। सारी दुनिया उसके हिसाब से सेट कर दी गई होती कि इलेक्ट्रॉन का चार्ज पॉजिटिव है, लेकिन कन्वेंशन है कि हमने क्या मान लिया, निगेटिव मान लिया। कन्वेंशन है। तो जो स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट्स हैं, अगर किसी किताब में लिखा हुआ है, किसी डिवाइन ने प्रूव करके दे दिया, या जिसने डेरिवेशन किया होगा उसने करके दे दिया, तो आप मान के चलिए कि उसने कैसे किया है। मैंने कहा एग्जैक्ट रिलेशनशिप है, अप्रोक्सीमेट क्या करना है, बहुत होशियारी से किया है। मैंने आपको फैक्टोरियल कहीं बताया था ना, फैक्टोरियल n ln n माइनस n। अगर आपकी समझ कम है तो आप शुरू के 10 एग्जाम्पल बता दिएगा, n = 1 2 3 4 5 बहुत डेविएशन है, और मैं कहूँगा है ही नहीं, 50 से ऊपर जाओ एकदम सही हो जाएगा। तो आप कह रहे हैं फार्मूला गलत है। फार्मूला गलत है क्योंकि इसलिए आपने सत्य को बहुत छोटे लेवल पर देखा है। आपने सिर्फ 10 तक की n = 1 2 3 4 5 10 तक देखोगे तो फैक्टोरियल का जो अप्रोक्सीमेशन है, स्टिलिंग अप्रोक्सीमेशन विल अपीयर टू बी रॉन्ग, देयर इज अ गेट डाइवर्जेंस। अब हमने तो 50 बार करा रखा है। तो जब भी n की वैल्यू 50 से ज़्यादा होगी, जब भी किसी एटॉमिक सिस्टम में एटम्स और मॉलिक्यूल 50 से ज़्यादा होंगे, कहीं होंगे क्या, 1 ग्राम मोल में भी कितने होते हैं, एवोगाड्रो नंबर होते हैं। तो कहाँ से मैं 50 पकड़ के लाऊंगा आपको कि आप कह रहे हैं 10 के लिए गलत है ये। अगर आप ये कह दें फैक्टोरियल ELN फैक्टोरियल आप n 1 से 10 तक जाएंगे, आपको डेविएशन दिखेगा, खूब डेविएशन दिखेगा। लेकिन जैसे ही n की वैल्यू 50 से ऊपर हो जाएगी, दिस वैल्यू ln फैक्टोरियल कैलकुलेट करो, उसका लॉगरिथमिक कैलकुलेट करो, एंड देन यू चेक n ln n minus n, both the values are nearly same. Good. But I will say any system of particles 1 ग्राम मोल भी लेंगे तो कितने मॉलिक्यूल्स होंगे उसमें, एवोगाड्रो नंबर होंगे। तो 1 से 10 का आपको चलना है क्या? तो बिना वजह बात के क्यों कहना कि 1 से 10 में तो गलत हो गया। गलत हो गया क्योंकि आपकी समझ ही नहीं थी, आपको मालूम ही नहीं था इस सिस्टम को कहाँ लगाना है, किसके लिए इस फार्मूले को लगाया जा रहा है। इस फार्मूले को उस सिस्टम के लिए लगाया जा रहा है जहां पर 1 ग्राम मोल 10 ग्राम मोल ऐसे ऐसे हैं, और 1 ग्राम मोल में कितने पार्टिकल्स हैं, 10⁻23। ये तो 100 के बाद ही एकदम 50 के बाद ही एकदम कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा फार्मूला आपका। तो आपकी क्या है, आपने चीज को सत्य से देखा नहीं, इसलिए सही चीज को सही अंदाज में देखने की जरूरत है। ठीक है जी। तो फॉल ऑफ टेम्परेचर के लिए डेल्टा टी जब निकालना है तो T1 - T2 फॉल ऑफ टेम्परेचर हो गया। कैसे T1 - T2 किया, माइनस साइन वहां लगाया था, और C/CH H² एग्जैक्टली आ जाएगा इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू टेम्परेचर। वही पूछ रहा है जो भी पूछ रहा है। गुड, 10 मिनट मेरे खराब करवा दिए। बेकार के क्वेश्चनों पे क्या हो जाता है, टाइम खराब हो जाता है मेरी नजर। समझ, स्टैंडर्ड डेरिवेशन था, स्टैंडर्ड डेरिवेशन, स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट, फार्मूला सब्स्टिट्यूशन प्रॉब्लम। हाँ जी, हाँ जी। फॉल ऑफ टेम्परेचर का मतलब है T1 - T2। इनिशियल टेम्परेचर इज T1, फाइनल टेम्परेचर इज T2। हाँ, तो फॉल डिपेंड करता है इनिशियल टेम्परेचर। इसमें ये फार्मूला लिखाना आपको, डेल्टा T C/2CHT H²। फॉल इज डेल्टा T, डेल्टा T इज फॉल, फॉल इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू 1/T, फॉल इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू 1/T, एंड डेफिनेटली 1/T कोई बड़ी बात नहीं, 2T। ये 2T क्या था जी, ये T1 + T2 था आपका, वो भी आपका T1 + T2 ही है। लोअर द इनिशियल टेम्परेचर, हायर इज द फॉल इन टेम्परेचर। लोअर द T1 + T2, हायर इज द फॉल इन टेम्परेचर। ठीक है जी, मालूम पड़ गया आपको? अरे क्वेरी आंसर हो गई कि नहीं आपकी? यही लिखना है, बस यही लिखना है एग्जाम में। हाँ, ग्राफ से क्यों नहीं दिख रहा था जी? ग्राफ से क्यों नहीं दिख रहा था जी? ये क्या था जी? ये यस था, एच इजिकल टू 0 था और ये यस था। हाँ बताओ ग्राफ पे, ये T1 था, ये T2 है। हाँ, राइट में पॉइंट लूंगा मतलब इधर कोई ले लूँ? T1 के राइट में। तो T1 के राइट में क्यों लोगे तुम? लोगे ही क्यों राइट में तुम? पहला स्टेप क्या है? आइसोथर्मल मैग्नेटाइजेशन, उसका भी एक रेंज होगा ना। आइसोथर्मल मैग्नेटाइजेशन, आई हैव टू मेंटेन द टेम्परेचर T1 इनिशियली। आप कोई मेरे पास एक लगाया है, ये थोड़े मैं 10 डिग्री सेल्सियस में मैं मेंटेन कर दूंगा। अगर 10 डिग्री बढ़ जाएगा तो मैं मेंटेन कर पाऊंगा क्या उसको? कितनी हीट में कंडक्ट कर दूंगा उसमें से? थोड़ी बहुत ही, ओनली स्मॉल अमाउंट इज अलाउड। सो T1 वहीं से शुरू होगा। T1 फर्स्ट स्टेप इज आइसो टेम्परेचर फॉल अकर्स ओनली इन दिस प्रोसेस, दिस स्टेप, नथिंग एल्स। टेम्परेचर, दिस इज इनिशियल प्रोसेस। सिलेबस में क्या लिखा हुआ है? एडियाबैटिक डीमैग्नेटाइजेशन। विच इज डीमैग्नेटाइजेशन? दिस इज डीमैग्नेटाइजेशन। This results into fall of temperature. Isothermal magnetization, I have to maintain the temperature T1. In fact, in isothermal magnetization, temperature will increase. That is how I have put that some flask arrangement to heat to conduct away, so that temperature of the specimen is still at T1. Temperature of the specimen is maintained to be T1. वो बढ़ जाएगा कुछ ना कुछ। अगर बढ़ गया और मुझे बहुत कम जाना है, unnecessarily I have to make the effect. So isothermal magnetization is done only at certain temperature. You do not have much freedom. Next, अब क्या बचा हुआ है इसमें? What is next? Next is miscellaneous. Next is miscellaneous. All other questions are sheet number 20 through deals with miscellaneous. And miscellaneous means what? How many chapters I have written in miscellaneous? देखो syllabus खत्म हो गया सारा, बताओ. How many things I have written in the syllabus? Van der Waals equation of state and critical constants, and bus gives this rule, and Virial theorem. Nothing. Van der Waals for 1 gram mole ideal gas equation is this. Ideal gas equation is this. Ideal gas equation is this, and very conventional. This ideal gas equation is the combination of two laws. Boyle's law, P is inversely proportional to volume. Every gas obeys Boyle's law. Every gas at constant temperature, if you increase the pressure, volume decreases. Gases gets compressed. Good. Gas. So P is inversely proportional to V. Standard result. P is inversely proportional to V. So PV is equal to, if temperature is constant, PV is equal to constant. V is proportional to T is called Charles law. Both of them are valid. When the molecules do not occupy any space. So two corrections have been made for finite size. Finites for real gases. Real gases size is finite size of molecules. due to finite size of, here V is the volume of the container, because molecules themselves do not occupy any space. So whole volume is available for molecules to move for ideal gas. For real gases, molecules are having finite size, so there must be correction for the finite size of molecules. So volume correction. So what is the volume? V dash is V is the volume of the container minus correction for the finite size of the molecule, which is B. B is called co-volume. Typically it is 25 to 30%. B is typically 25 to 30%. Different quantification is done. Volume correction. Second is, Van der Waal studied the behavior of real gases, and he found out that forces in the real gases is proportional to 1 by r raised to power 6. Forces are proportional to 1 by, where r is the intermolecular spacing, 1 by r raised to power 6. That kind of thing is there, 1 by r raised to power 6. Volume is 4 pi by 3 r cube. If I take molecule as a sphere, r cube is the volume of 1, r6 means v square. Good. So intermolecular interactions have been quantified by Van der Waal forces as proportional to 1 by r raised to power 6. Intermolecular attractions, that means intermolecular pressures. Surface forces per unit area is called pressure. So intermolecular interactions, that is these intermolecular pressures, when the molecules keep on colliding due to finite size, is proportional to 1 by r raised to power 6, that is 1 by v square. This is correction for intermolecular interactions. This I would have called pi, which is nothing. I would have also called del v by del v t, and this turns out to be proportional to 1 by v square. This is proportional to 1 by v square. And these attractions, intermolecular attraction, these are Van der Waal consequence of Van der Waals forces. And this proportionality constant is A by v square. So now pressure will become what? When no intermolecular interactions, then pressure is P. In this formula, pressure is P. V is the volume of the container, that means whole of the volume was available for the molecules to move. What is P? Pressure exerted by the molecules on the walls of container. Good. When no intermolecular interaction, P was only P. When intermolecular interactions are there, P will get modified. P plus A upon V. So this is the modification to the volume. P, this is the modification to the volume. Correct? At constant temperature, general behavior of any gas is similar. P is inversely proportional to V. P is inversely proportional to V. So P dash is inversely proportional to your V dash. That means general behavior. Same equation of state is to be written. P plus A upon V square. V minus B is equal to your. And they show deviation from Boyle's law. थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है. यहाँ था P was inversely proportional to V, तो यहाँ पर P dash is inversely proportional to V dash. V dash क्या हो गया? V minus B हो गया. At constant temperature. This is constant temperature. This is at constant temperature. And second thing is V dash is also proportional to typical behavior of any substance, not only gas, any substance, any thermodynamic system. By the increase of temperature, volume increases. By the increase of temperature, volume, any thermodynamic system, forget about gas or something. So behavior is same. P is inversely proportional to 1 by V dash. So PV dash is constant. So PV dash I would have written as simple T. So P dash is P plus A upon V square, V minus B is equal to RT. Nothing. This is called real gas equation. Two corrections I made. Correction for the finite size and correction for the intermolecular interaction. Whole expression is written for 1 gram mole. It is for n gram mole. For n gram mole, then I will replace V by n. So it will become P plus an square upon V square. V by n, that is V minus nV is equal to what? nRT. This is for n gram mole. This is, मैंने जो लिखना था लिख दिया, आप चेक कर लीजिए जाके किताब से बस. ठीक है जी, कुछ नहीं किया. क्या what I have done? Here V is the volume for 1 gram mole. If the n gram mole, I have replaced V by n. याद कर लीजिए, this is the van der Waals equation of state for n gram moles. P plus an square by V square, V minus nB is equal to nRT. That is not concerned to me. मेरा टॉपिक ये नहीं है. टॉपिक क्या है? सिलेबस क्या लिखा हुआ है? वान डेर वाल इक्वेशन ऑफ स्टेट. इसका मतलब वान डेर वाल इक्वेशन ऑफ स्टेट पर फोकस नहीं है. फोकस किस चीज पे है? क्रिटिकल कांस्टेंट पे फोकस है. हजारों इक्वेशन ऑफ स्टेट हैं. इक्वेशन ऑफ स्टेट इज रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन पीवी एंड टी. फॉर रियल गैस इट इज टिपिकली मोस्ट ओबेड इक्वेशन ऑफ रियल गैसेस. एंड हाउ two things have come. So here is van der Waals equation of state. This is van der Waals equation of state. How it has come? I have given you the explanation. How does it come? It is a cubic equation in volume. क्या है? What is this? And every standard result is done for 1 gram mole. ये तो लिखने के लिए लिख दिया है. Otherwise, every standard result is done for 1 gram mole. So for 1 gram mole, this is the equation. Now try to see what is this, and then we will proceed further. Look, multiply PV plus A by V, multiply by V, minus BP minus AB by V square, minus RT is 0. क्या जी? Minus RT is 0. Now I multiply by V square. So what it becomes? PV cube plus AV minus BP V square minus AB minus RT V square is 0. How I will write? So look, divide by P. Divide by P. Look, V cube minus B plus RT by P, V square, both these terms, plus A by PV minus AB by P is 0. ठीक है जी? That is van der Waals equation of state. This way also I would have written, no, I have not done any approximation. This is a correct, exact equation of state. VQ minus B plus RT by P, V square, plus A by PV minus AB by P is equal to 0. This is van der Waals equation of state. It is a cubic equation in volume. How many roots this will have? 3 roots. Three roots. Good. Just let it be. So what is it? Just let me know. What is VQ minus B plus RT by P, V square, A by P, V, A, B by P is equal to 0. This is a van der Waals equation of state. Good. Now I am liquefying real gases. Good. What I am doing? Liquefaction of gases. Liquefaction of gases. And gases nahi. Liquefaction of real gases. And I am who? Andrew the experiment on Real gas is CO2. Experiment. Who is performing experiment? Andrew. What is doing? Liquefying carbon dioxide. क्या? Liquefying gas. Carbon dioxide is a gas, and he is trying to convert gas into liquid. How gas will become converted into liquid? By application of pressure. By application of pressure. So if the pressure is increased, what is done? Compression. Good. Gases occupy maximum volume and liquids occupy lower volume. So what I need to do in order to convert gas into liquid? Compress. That means increase the pressure. By increasing the pressure, volume will be decreased. That is how I will be converting gases, any gas into liquid by application of pressure. This is compression. By compressing the gases converted into liquid. So look how this is this diagram. Diagram is here what? Diagram in PV diagram, if something is drawn, what is this curve? Isotherm. This is isotherm at one particular temperature. This is 31.1 degrees Celsius. Lowest curve is 31.1 degrees Celsius. Look, try to understand this graph. Already I have interpreted. This space, gas occupy the maximum volume. So which phase is gas phase here? This space is the gaseous phase. This is the phase transition, because phase transition occurs at one particular pressure and one particular temperature. Isotherm, so already temperature is fixed. When that pressure is fixed, then only phase transition is taking place. This arrow, if I make arrow like this, then here it is pure gas, here it is pure liquid, and this is liquid phase. This is a liquid phase. So this arrow, this whole horizontal curve represents phase transition, liquefaction of gas. This phase, this denotes liquefaction of gas, conversion from gas to liquid. Good. You know this, that it can be achieved by compressing the gas. This has been obtained by compressing the gas. Further increase the pressure. And liquefaction means this exercise. Horizontal curve is called liquefaction. So look, if I increase the pressure, then temperature will be look, temperature will be also increased. So this is the next isotherm, more temperature. Higher pressure, temperature is increased, volume decreases. Still it is gas. Still it is gas has been converted to liquid. Further temperature. As long as this horizontal curve is there, gas is converting into liquid. Up to this, I have made a dotted parabola. As long as this horizontal curve is there, I am able to convert gas into liquid. And at the apex, at this point, whatever high pressure I apply beyond this vertex of the parabola, it will not be converted into liquid. Automatically it will go into some other phase. It will not be converted into your liquid. For liquefaction, this horizontal curve is a must. So this vertex, wherever it takes place, here this turns out to be this at this time, when this is directly going up to the limited quest, is 13.1 degrees Celsius. 13.1 degrees Celsius. Up to 13.1 degrees Celsius. ये डिक्रीज कर रहा है धीरे धीरे, सॉरी, प्रेशर बढ़ रहा है, टेम्परेचर घट रहा है ऐसा. दिस 13.1 डिग्री सेल्सियस. This point, when whatever high pressure you apply, gas cannot be liquefied. Whatever high pressure you apply, gas cannot be liquefied. This is called your critical point. Critical point is that value of thermodynamic parameters below which liquefaction of gas is possible, above which gas cannot be liquefied. Critical point. Critical point is that point dP by dV 0. क्या? dP by dV 0. d2P by dV2 is also a point of inflection. Critical point is a point of inflection at which dP by dV is 0. And the point of inflection, second derivative is also 0. These are two defining equations, the point of inflection. The parameters at this is called critical parameters. Volume is called critical volume. Volume is called your critical volume. Pressure is called your critical pressure. If any two parameters have been fixed, third has automatically been fixed because it is a real gas. Real gas is obeying van der Waals equation of state. So if I write two parameters, third parameter will automatically get fixed. Correct? So critical point is that point below which gas can be liquefied, above which it cannot be liquefied. Whatever high pressure you apply is a result of Andrews experiment for carbon dioxide. So for carbon dioxide, temperature value is 13.1 degrees Celsius. So ulta bata diya tha, as temperature, the pressure is increased, temperature decreases. So this last isotherm is 13.1 degree Celsius. That is the critical point for your carbon dioxide. Accordingly, critical temperature, other parameters can be also fixed. So these parameters, I will say P at this point is PC, V at this point is VC, T at this point is, any two has to be found out, third can be easily found out. Later on, Amagat and other people also performed. Amagat also performed series of experiments and they have obtained a similar kind of values for other gases also. For carbon dioxide it was obtained, critical parameters was obtained, critical constants were obtained. For other gases also same kind of behavior was obtained. Whatever high pressure we apply, we cannot liquefy the gas. Simple. Liquefaction is possible only below critical point. Critical point is PC, VC, TC. Good. So how I can fix up? So we have to find out these critical constants. Critical constants. What are critical constants? What are critical constants? Value of pressure, volume and temperature at the critical point. Values of pressure, volume and temperature at the critical points. So how they can be fixed up? How can be they fixed up? Easily they can be fixed up. dP by dV 0. dP by dV 0. Whatever high pressure you apply, good. dP by dV 0 and point of inflection d2p by dV2 0. So differentiate कर लीजिए, you can write and cross check two equations into unknowns, you can get PC, VC and TC from this. dP by dV 0, d2p by dV2 0. कौन सी इक्वेशन में निकालोगे? वान डर वाल इक्वेशन आप स्टेट में निकालोगे, ऑलरेडी निकाल के लिखवा चुका हूं मैं. वान डर वाल इक्वेशन आप स्टेट में निकालोगे, डेल पी बाई इसको करोगे, यू विल गेट ऑल दीज कोएफिशिएंट्स. बताओ डेल पी बाई डेल वी क्या था जी? बहुत सरल था. बताइए भैया क्या था जी? वो भी नहीं निकल पाओगे तो. This is P. ये आ गया, करेक्ट है. और ये क्या है? ऑल दोज थिंग्स होल्ड गुड एट PC, VC, TC. दिस इज रिलेशनशिप RTC VC minus B 2A upon VCQ. This is the first relationship. This is del P upon del V. Now what is del 2P upon del V2? What is that? 2RT upon VC minus B whole cube minus 2 upon V cube. This will be equal to your 6A upon VC4. This is second one. ठीक है जी. This is at PC, VC, TC is a point of inflection. डिफरेंशिएट कर नहीं सकते तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ. ठीक है जी. डिवाइड कर लो और आंसर आ गया आपके सामने. व्हाट इज VC. डिवाइड व्हाट यू गेट. डिवाइड 2 by 1. by 1 क्या हो गया जी. VC माइनस B अपॉन 2 इज इक्वल टू 6A अपॉन VC4 2A अपॉन VC3. तो कितना हो गया जी. VC बाई 3 तो देखो 3VC माइनस 3B इज 2VC. क्या आ गया. VC कितना आ गया जी. 3B. VC कितना आ गया भैया. 3B आ गया. चेक करके देख लो जी. VC इज 3B. इसमें डाल दो, उसमें डाल दो. VC इज इक्वल टू 3B. इजीली यू गेट TC. सब्स्टिट्यूट यू विल गेट TC. सो VC TC दोनों इससे आ गया. VC आ गया 3B. TC टर्न्स आउट टू बी 8A अपॉन 27 RB. ठीक है जी. तो TC VC इसमें डाल दो तो क्या आ जाएगा. PC आ जाएगा. PC इज नथिंग RTC अपॉन VC माइनस VC होल स्क्वायर. सब्स्टिट्यूट बोल द वैल्यूज. इट टर्न्स आउट टू बी A अपॉन 27 B स्क्वायर. That is how the critical parameters, they are called critical constants. Critical constant VC turns out to be 3B. PC turns out to be A upon 27B square. TC turns out to be 8A upon 27 RB. All these values has been obtained in terms of A and B. That is why they are constant for a real gas. Real gases can be liquefied by this. ठीक है जी. So B, what is B from here? B is dimensionally that of volume. Easily you can check. B is nothing. VC by 3. A कितना हो गया जी. 27B square into PC. 27B square. B square is VC square by 9. Nothing. 3PC VC square. So A is 3PC VC square. B is nothing. VC by 3. In terms of them also I can write. A and B can be written. If critical parameters are written, I can write A and B in terms of these values. Good. Definitely if you check here, PCVC, what is PCVC? PCVC? A upon 9B. A upon 9B. देखो यहाँ से कैलकुलेट करके बताओ. How many TC? A upon 9B. A upon 9B. How many?
Eight by 3 TC.
8 by नहीं. 3 by 8 RTC. TC की वैल्यू कर डाल दो वहाँ पर. 3 by 8. 8 से 8 कट गया. RTC आ गया. A by 9B. PCVC is nothing. 3 by 8 RTC. That is how they are connected. PC at critical point. PCVC upon RTC less than 1. If it would have been an ideal gas at this point, then it would have been 1. Ideal gas, then at critical point PCVC would have been your 1. But here it turns out to be 3 by 8. This have to be remembered. PCVC by RTC that turns out to be 3 by 8. तो दो ही चीज़ें हैं. How to calculate this? B कितना है जी? VC by 3 है. A कितना है जी? 3PC VC square. Van der Waals equation and critical constants. Either derivation can be asked or any formula solution numerical problem. Van der Waals equation of state. Either derivation can be asked. Van der Waals equation of state and critical constant. How to arrive at these critical constants? So these critical constants are important. Which process they are important? Only when we are liquefying the gases. When liquefying the gases. Gases are converted into liquid. And this gases conversion into liquid is always done by compression, by pressure, increasing the pressure. So when the pressure is increased, there is only certain limit up to which I can convert gases into liquid. That limiting point is called critical point. I could have easily derived this otherwise also. Alternative within one line. Alternative. At critical point, two parameters need to be fixed. Na2. If I say define and critical points for whom, which gases I am going to find out? Real gases. And for real gases, what is the equation of state? VQ minus B plus RT upon P V square. Next. A B by P. V का कौन सा टर्म था? हाँ. Next is 0. This is Van der Waals equation of state. Correct? For critical points, I need to fix only two. At critical point, P is PC, T is TC. What is the solution then? अगर ये डालूंगा इसमें तो वॉल्यूम की वैल्यू क्या आएगी? PC आएगी. बस आ गया आंसर. That is why critical constant is applicable. If I put P is equal to PC and T is equal, दो ही डालने थे ना वहाँ पर. If I know 2, then answer will be V is equal to PC. Good. So if I am writing this, critical point, VQ minus B plus RTC upon PC, V square plus A upon PC V minus AB upon PC. This represents critical point. Then solution is solution of 1. What is solution of 1? V is equal to VC. V will be equal to VC. That is V minus VC is 0. V minus VC is 0. V minus VC is 0. मतलब Q is also 0. मतलब क्या? VQ minus 3VC V square plus 3VC square V minus VC cube is 0. Equation 1 and 2 are same. Equation 1 and 2 are same. ये उनके लिए है जिनको डिफरेंशिएशन नहीं आता है. ये किन के लिए है? जिनको डिफरेंशिएशन नहीं आता है. तो केमिस्ट्री वाले ऐसे ही पढ़ाए जाते हैं. जब केमिस्ट्री वालों को पढ़ाना होता है ना क्रिटिकल कांस्टेंट, तो उनको ऐसे पढ़ा दिया जाता है. उनके लिए जो शॉर्ट निकाल लिया है. गुड. वी क्यू इज दिस. बोथ द इक्वेशंस आर सेम. दैट मीन्स पहला क्या हो गया जी? बी प्लस आर टी सी अपॉन पी सी इज माई 3VC. सेकेंड ए बाई पी सी. ए बाई माइनस कैसे हो गया? ए बाई पी सी इज 3VC स्क्वायर. देन ए बी बाई पी सी इज VC cube. Divide third by 2. Answer is before you. Third by 2. Divide. क्या हो गया जी? Third by 2. B is equal to Vc by 3. Vc is 3V. Substitute, you got Pc. You substitute, you get Tc. All the three can be obtained by this. Correct? Who performed these experiments? Andrew performed experiment on carbon dioxide. Subsequently, they were performed by Amagat and other things, and there are different values of Pc, Vc, Tc for different gases. ठीक है जी, खत्म. Then here only I am going to tell you law of corresponding states. Law of corresponding states. Two gases or any two substances are said to be in corresponding state. Any two thermodynamic systems can be said in corresponding states if their reduced parameters, two of the reduced parameters are same. Any two thermodynamic systems are said to be in corresponding state if their thermodynamic variables are same. If their thermodynamic variables are same. Any two thermodynamic variables of state are same. They are said to be in corresponding state if any two are same. Any two thermodynamic variables are same. बहुत जनरल पढ़ा दिया है, बता दिया है आपको मैंने. And that is what is important from this examination point of view. Any two thermodynamic variables are same. If corollary to this is, if any two are same, third one will automatically be same. If any two are same, then third one will be automatically be same. This is corollary. Any two thermodynamic systems. Now this thermodynamic system can be real gases. They can be real gases. If their pressure and volume are same, then temperature will automatically same. If pressure and temperature are same, volume will be automatically same. They are said to be in corresponding states. If their reduced parameters are same, they are said to be in corresponding states. Put into the van der Waals equation of state one particular value of P and T. There will be only one value of volume. For the one, and if same parameters are there for both the gases, they are said to be in corresponding state. Good. This is the principle of corresponding state. You can apply anywhere. What are these reduced parameters? Reduced parameter. There is no difference. Reduced parameter. Reduced parameter means dimensionless quantities. If I divide pressure by some standard pressure, I say reduced parameter, reduced pressure. Reduce volume, divide volume by some other standard value of volume. Divide temperature by some other standard value of temperature. Then I call reduced parameter, reduced temperature. Correct? I have divided by some constant, by any constant. Good. By constant, nature does not change. By dividing with any constant, nature of the variable does not undergo a change. So here reduced parameters, here I can easily call, if I divide pressure by any standard value of pressure, this I say Pc, divide by Pc, I am calling alpha. If I divide V by Vc is beta, T by Tc is gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma are reduced parameters. Reduced pressure, reduced volume, reduced temperature. Good. पहली जनरल बात समझना है इस एग्जाम में, क्योंकि बहुत बार पूछ रहा है आइंस्टीन थ्योरी में और डिवाई थ्योरी में, सो दैट दे आर इन कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग स्टेट. Any reduced parameter, if specific heat is connected with temperature, and temperature is reduced by T by theta d or T by theta e, and their specific heats are same, then I will say they are in corresponding state. If their reduced parameters are same, any parameter is same for both the gases, then definitely you will predict from any formula C, that prediction will turn out to be same. So they will be said in corresponding state. So if any two parameters are same, then they are said to be in corresponding state. Corollary to the same theorem is, if two of them are same, third one will automatically be same. So here I am writing reduced equation of state. Kya? Reduced equation of, another equation of state. For whom? For real gases. Real gases obeying van der Waals equation of state. Reduced equation of state I am trying to get for real gases. And whose real gases? Not every real gas may obey van der Waals equation of state. There are hundreds of other equation of states also. But reduce, I am trying to get for those gases, those real gases which obey van der Waals equation of state. So therefore, everywhere, wherever to write real gases, you have to say that they are obeying, because most familiar equation of state which you remember, there are many. Virial equation of state, PVJ plus BP plus CP square plus DP cube. There are many equation of state which must have been written into the books, and they are all obeyed by real gases. So if you are doing van der Waals equation of state, assumption has to be explicitly written that you are assuming that van der Waals equation of real gases are obeying van der Waals equation of state. So here also I am writing this. So that means I need not write in terms of pressure, volume and temperature. I have to write down the equation in terms of alpha, beta and gamma. So what is P plus A upon V square? V minus B is R. देखिए भैया, what is P? What is P? Alpha PC. What is A? What is A? 3PC VC square upon your V square. VC square by V square. VC square by V square is 1 by beta square. I am just rewriting. V is what? Beta VC minus B. B is VC by 3. And what is this? Gamma RTC. T is gamma TC, correct? देखो भैया, PC here common, VC here common. What it becomes? PC VC alpha plus 3 by beta square. Alpha plus 3 by beta square. Beta minus 1 by 3 is what? Gamma RTC. Alpha plus 3 by beta square. Beta minus 1 by 3 is what? RTC upon PCVC. कितने जी? Gamma. RTC by PCVC is 8 by 3. This is called reduced equation of state. This is called reduced equation of state for real gases. I have eliminated every parameter, everything I have written alpha in terms of dimensionless variables. I have written everything in terms of dimensionless variables. Alpha plus 3 by beta square, beta minus 1 by 3, z by 3, gamma. This is called reduced equation of state in terms of all these parameters. Good. If alpha and beta are fixed, value of gamma automatically gets fixed. So when I say in corresponding state, one gas is having alpha 1, beta 1, gamma 1, other is having alpha 2, beta 2, gamma 2. They are said to be in corresponding state. That means alpha 2 is alpha 1, beta 2 is beta 1. That will always lead to gamma 2 is gamma. They are said to be in corresponding. If their reduced parameters are same or their thermodynamic variables are same, they are said to be in corresponding state. First miscellaneous topic is over. First miscellaneous topic is ओवर। क्या था मिसलेनियस टॉपिक? देख लो कोई क्वेश्चन आया क्या? मेरी समझ में कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आया। कोई क्वेश्चन अगर आया हो तो देख लो। आई हैव कवर्ड वान डेर वाल इक्वेशन ऑफ स्टेट एंड क्रिटिकल कॉन्स्टेंट्स। लास्ट क्या आया जी?
Calculate the critical constants for CO2 for which
क्वेश्चन कौन सा क्वेश्चन है? 6 कौन से साल का? हाँ जी। कैलकुलेट
calculate the critical constant for CO2 for which the van der Waals constants are given by A equal to 0.0072, B equal to 0.002. Also calculate Boyle's temperature of CO2. The unit of pressure is atmosphere and unit of volume is that of gram mole of the gas at NTP.
ठीक है जी। क्या क्या पूछा है जी?
Boyle's temperature of CO2.
बॉयल टेम्परेचर 2A अपॉन RB। ये हाँ, बाकी बताओ क्रिटिकल क्या क्या पूछा है जी?
Critical constant for CO2 for
क्रिटिकल कांस्टेंट फॉर CO2 क्या क्या क्रिटिकल कांस्टेंट है जी?
PC 3B
TC इज और 8A/27 RB, BC इज इक्वल टू 3B, PC इज A अपॉन 10 नंबर का क्वेश्चन है, 2.5 मार्क्स का ईच है। एंड बॉयल्स कांस्टेंट, द टेम्परेचर बिलो विच बॉयल्स लॉ इज वैलिड फॉर रियल गैसेस। फॉर रियल गैसेस आल्सो बॉयल्स लॉ इज वैलिड, द टेम्परेचर बिलो विच दैट इज कॉल्ड बॉयल्स लॉ। सो आप इस पर बॉयल्स टेम्परेचर निकालें A/RB। क्या आएगा जी? A/RB। टेम्परेचर ऑफ इन्वर्सन क्या था जी? 2A अपॉन RB, आधा होता है उसका। A/RB बॉयल्स टेम्परेचर, बॉयल्स टेम्परेचर TB। क्या क्या है? बॉयल्स टेम्परेचर मीन्स
temperature below which Boyle's law is
Boyle's law is obeyed up to which what is Boyle's law? PV is constant। ठीक है जी, PV is equal to constant। तो आप ओपन करिएगा, उसमें PV लिखिएगा सिर्फ। क्या करिएगा? वान डेर वाल इक्वेशन ऑफ स्टेट में जैसे बहुत सारे टर्म लिखे हैं ना, मैंने बहुत सारे लिखे, मल्टीप्लाई कर करके पहला टर्म क्या लिखा है? PV माइनस समथिंग, सब लिख दीजिएगा। PV इज इक्वल टू समथिंग समथिंग। सो नाउ ट्राई टू अप्रिशिएट, ओनली RT term has to be there, all other terms has to be neglected in van der Waal equation of state. Wherever those terms will be neglected, that temperature is called Boyle's temperature। वो भी ना कर पाओगे जी। क्या था जी? क्या लिखा था? खोल के कुछ लिखा था ना ऐसे। यहाँ से जो मल्टीप्लिकेशन के सारे टर्म्स है ना, PV प्लस A/V माइनस BP माइनस AB/V स्क्वायर, तो वैसे भी नेग्लिजिबल है जी, ये वैसे भी नेग्लिजिबल है जी। PV प्लस A/V माइनस BP इज इक्वल टू RT। उसको अप्रोक्सीमेट करेंगे वहाँ ले जाके उसको। PV प्लस A/V माइनस BP इज इक्वल टू RT। These terms have to be neglected। Under what circumstances these terms will be neglected? That temperature will be called। ये इक्वेशन लानी है आपको, सिर्फ क्या लाना है जी? PV is equal to RT। That temperature when this is will be valid, this is called Boyle's temperature। तो अप्रोक्सीमेट करके आंसर आना चाहिए। क्या आना चाहिए आंसर इसको? TB is equal to A/RB, ये आना चाहिए आपको। TBR will be A/B। करके देखिए जी। यहाँ पर आपको सिर्फ वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करनी है। क्या करनी है इसकी? सिर्फ वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करनी है। आपको एक्सरसाइज छोड़ दिया है, आप अप्रोक्सीमेट कीजिए। इससे इतना दिमाग लगाना चाहिए कि कैसे हाउ यू विल अप्रोक्सीमेट दिस इक्वेशन फ्रॉम रियल गैसेस अंडर व्हाट सर्कमस्टेंसेस दे बिहेव लाइक ए बॉयल्स लॉ। मैंने आपको लिख दिया है जी। मैं बताऊंगा नहीं कुछ भी, कुछ तो दिमाग लगाओ ना अपना। मैं ना बताऊंगा कि कैसे निकालोगे बॉयल्स लॉ। मैंने फार्मूला बता दिया। क्या आना चाहिए बॉयल्स लॉ को? A/RB आना चाहिए। इसी को अप्रोक्सीमेट करना है, सिर्फ अप्रोक्सीमेट करना है। क्या करना है? अप्रोक्सीमेट। आंसर बता दिया, अप्रोक्सीमेट करके आना है। PV इज इक्वल टू RT। बॉयल्स लॉ इज PV is equal to constant। PV is equal to constant है Boyle's law, at temperature constant। So you have to approximate from here। नेक्स्ट क्लास आई विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम दिस. आज यही छोड़ा है ना. नेक्स्ट क्लास आई विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द सेम थिंग. नहीं करके लाओगे तो करके दूंगा आपको. व्हाट इज बॉयल्स टेम्परेचर. नेक्स्ट क्लास इज सपोज टू बी फॉर गिब्स फेस रूल, केमिकल पोटेंशियल एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट फिनोमेना. आज कौन सी क्लास थी भैया. कौन सी क्लास थी आज. 6th क्लास थी. खत्म हो गया सारा ऑलमोस्ट. Everything almost I have finished from the 6th class. Next class we will be doing on this thing whatever I have left out. Class is concluded. No class tomorrow. नहीं कल भी आ जाओ जिले पक्के.